As we stand on the threshold of a decade and a half, let us remember that a company's journey is the culmination of the efforts of many, but it is often steered by the vision of a single individual. Today, we celebrate a dream that was transformed into reality by someone whose determination and boundless imagination gave birth to the Rucks Group. In the world of business, true leaders are those who inspire their teams not merely to follow, but to excel, not just to achieve, but to surpass. Under her stewardship and through her insatiable hunger for excellence, the Rucks Group has grown from a fledgling startup into the powerhouse it is becoming today. Throughout these 15 years, she has navigated through challenges with grace, turning adversity into opportunity and hurdles into stepping stones. Before we hear from her, there's just one more person you haven't heard from: me. I've been holding this little secret that I'm excited to finally be able to reveal. If you've been wondering about my connection to the team, I'll tell you now. I am the eldest and favorite daughter of Lana Rucks. My sister, or the humble daughter as we call her, is also on the call with us this afternoon. And I believe I speak for both of us when I say we are so truly proud of our mom. Thank you for being such a beacon of light in our lives and for teaching us the very valuable lessons of resilience, grace, and kindness. You inspire us every day, and we are so thankful to call you our mom. Now, without further ado, please join me in giving a resounding welcome to the driving force behind the Rucks Group's success, Dr. Lana Rucks.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie, for agreeing to be the MC today and for that absolutely beautiful introduction. To everyone in attendance, I want to humbly thank each one of you for being here. I am particularly overwhelmed by all the words that everyone has shared, and this is a bit emotional for me and very personal, so please bear with me as I share some thoughts on this journey. I have profound appreciation for the fact that without you, the Rucks Group, nor I would be here. So thank you for all of your support over the past 15 years. I have to admit that I was a bit slow in taking in the significance of this milestone. I just wake up each morning constantly putting one foot in front of the other, not really taking full stock of the journey that we've traveled. But as I began to soak in the data on businesses and the fate of small businesses, I began to appreciate the significance of this moment. And I'll be the first to admit that we're not Amazon or other larger enterprises. But as I look at the data and realize that only 1 out of 4 businesses survive this long, or even at a relatively small size, our size places us in the top 10% of businesses. It seems like an appropriate time to reflect on this path. When I think about August 2008, our MC was only 6, and her sister, who's now in her first year of college, was only 3. So much of what the Rucks Group is, I only hoped and dreamed of in those early days. Considering that only 50% of businesses have employees, the idea of being in a place to be able to hire individuals felt like such an incredible reach. So I dreamed of having quote unquote employees, but they wouldn't just be employees, they would be team members because we were going to be a team. In those early days, I hoped for creating a space that people would look forward to coming to. I know not every day everyone wants to come to work, but you spend more of your awake time at work than at any other activity, and that needs to be a happy place. This desire gave rise to our core value of having fun. And because we didn't have a lot of resources, it also gave rise to the core value of work smart. Because of how long I struggled to be in a place that I could hire individuals, having a safe place for people to grow, to blossom, to show up and enjoy their lives is my most important responsibility. When we were in the darkness of COVID, unsure of how the pandemic would impact us, I would read and listen to advice on how to survive. And the advice that I treasured most advocated that you should put a stake in the ground on what you'll protect and what will be your due north. And my stake in the ground and my due north was this team. In conversations, I shared with the team that while I couldn't protect every aspect of their lives, the workplace piece I would vow to protect because they had decided to join me on this crazy ride together. And I would work hard to make sure that they were okay in this space. And I remember walking with my husband before there was funding that was made available to small businesses, discussing and getting an agreement that we would use our personal finances to cover payroll if it came to it. Therefore, when I hear team members echoing back the realization of what was once just a vision, it fills my heart with such utter joy and pride. This is particularly true hearing from our most junior members of the team. We love our experiential learning program. I thank every student who's ever been a part of that initiative. Your presence has made me, the firm, and everyone who works here better. So from Gila Pomerez, who was our first team member, to later team members of Carla Klassen, Joe Williams, Jeremy Schroeb, Madison Doty, and Maggie Yeager, and everyone in between, I say thank you. And to our current team of amazing professionals that include Michael Fitzgerald, Julia Sworka, Elise Hopes, Elisa Hokey, Kathleen Dean, Christopher Cox, Alyssa Horn, and Spencer Queen, people who put their heart and their best selves into their work, I thank you for being a collaborator, colleague, and a friend. Your daily commitment to our vision, mission, and core values makes the Rucks Group what it is. A few short months after the firm was formed, we entered a period in which we wondered if the world as we knew it had ended. In October 2008, I had 2 potential projects that were awaiting signatures and contracts from individuals that were never obtained because those individuals, like thousands of others, had been let go. All the potential low-hanging fruit of work was taken just by the abundance of individuals who also desperately needed work. Work was few and far between. And at those times, I couldn't even give work away for free just to try to build a portfolio. But there were angels who, in spite of that, would take a chance on this fledgling organization, sometimes after the first, second, or third option fell through, but nonetheless gave me a shot. When you work that hard to secure work, you make sure that what you are producing is of high quality. And that gave rise to our core values of seek excellence and provide value. And so I thank people like Rich Toronto, Michael Boland, and Gail Johnson, who provided us with some of our first contracts. And I thank Neil Herbstkamen with Sinclair Community College, who provided us with our first program evaluation project, and the subsequent team of Carla, Herbert Jones, and Steve Bright, whom we continue to be able to support on their grant-funded work. Through this initial partnership, we have been able to build our reputation by partnering through the support of Lori Wingate of Evaluate, Rachel Bauer of ATE Central, Shane Kirby and Kevin Rooney with Columbus State, Moraz Kuti of Central State University, and Elizabeth Schaefer of Northeast Wisconsin Technical College. And of course, Dr. Yvette Pearson of the Pearson Group, who is one of our #1 champions, and the hundreds of individuals that we've had the deep pleasure of partnering with to help leverage program evaluation to bring your vision into reality. To all these individuals, I say thank you. When I started the Rucks Group, I had very little knowledge of business, and actually to say I had little knowledge of business is an overstatement. Yes, I did work for a pharmaceutical company for a number of years, yet with all my formal educational background, the only business-related course I took was a freshman econ class. In fact, if you connected with me on LinkedIn, you probably received a notice in June of this year about our 15th anniversary of the Rucks Group, but our birthday isn't officially until August. And that's because it was 2 months before I realized that I needed to register the business with the state of Ohio. This lack of knowledge was not lost on some of my critics who felt very comfortable letting me know of their doubt in my ability to build a solo practice, let alone a firm like the Rucks Group. And perhaps at that moment in time, they may have been correct. But it is our core value of embrace growth that this milestone proves them wrong. But while I remember those individuals, the memories of those who had greater faith than me when I didn't have faith in myself eclipses the doubters. Larry Jenkins, whom I first met a couple of years before I started the Rucks Group, always echoes back to me what I said during one of our initial meetings, which is that I wanted to be a thought leader. Indeed, in a recent text exchange, I chuckled because he again reflected those words back to me, never letting me forget what I said, and in not forgetting reflects the deep faith in my ability to realize that vision. Vernita Johnson, Vivian Isaac Gatson, and Tony and Ravonda Bell were all better friends to me than I was to them. If I ever needed anything, from help with putting a desk together, help with moving things around, help with my daughters, help with general advice, they were always there for me. And Levita Neal and Keith and Karen Meadows, who provided the same level of support and also provided financial investment when securing money from the bank was next to impossible. And to those who served in an advisory capacity, such as Tom Howman, Pat Walker, Rakesh Mohan, Amber Healer, and Kelly Ball, I thank you for your willingness to continually push me and challenge my thinking. To all these individuals, there is no way that the Rucks Group could or would be here without you. And I have been so utterly blessed with the amazing support of a loving family and each one of my family members at some point having done work for the Rucks Group. My sister Carla Martin, who listens to me for hours on end to try to process everything going on in my life. My niece Elise, who has enhanced the Rucks Group in ways I couldn't imagine with her talent and creativity in marketing and outreach. And my mother and father, Thomas and Gloria Rucks, whom we affectionately call Tom Glow, who provided such indispensable support in the darkest days when I felt the most empty. They were there to counsel me, encourage me, and to provide financial support as well. It was their vision, their hope, their belief in me that they even started this journey. They are humble, not realizing how their life journey gives rise to my journey, and that these journeys are intertwined. I would be nothing without them. This milestone is also their milestone. And to my husband, Michael Newbert, when I think of you, I'm reminded of Lao Tzu's proverb that says, being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. It is not lost on me that over the past 6 years that you have been in my life, that the Rucks Group has experienced its most significant growth. Thank you for giving me strength and courage. And to my baby girls, my daughters, Mackenzie and Madison, while I'm utterly proud of the Rucks Group, I am most proud of having the honor of being your mother. I thank you for the depth and joy that you have given me and allowing me to witness what amazing women that you are becoming. And I am in your debt for finding ways to always entertain yourself all those hours you had to spend with me in the office. And there are so many more people that I could thank. And while I may not have said your name in this space, every act of kindness, every act of encouragement, I have not forgotten. Thank you to the unsung heroes who have played an important role in the Rucks group and in making the Rucks group what it has become. And thinking about the Rucks group, while we grow and evolve, the soul of who we are hasn't changed. Our values of seek excellence, work smart, provide value, embrace growth, and have fun are integral to the Rucks group. And the past 15 years has proven that when we do those things, we will have meaningful work. And when I think about the arc of the past 15 years, of where we were in 2008 and where we are today, I am so excited to think about the possibilities of who we will become over the next 15 years as we continue to strive to enhance the vibrancy of this great nation. See you in 2038. Thank you.